Hello, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. We're just about set to get started, and this ought to be a good one between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Oakland Raiders.
Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Oakland Raiders. This fielded at the 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. And they're led out by a guy who learned from one of the great ones in his first few years in Tom Brady. This is Jimmy Garoppolo.
When you're back up to one of the all-time great players, if you don't spend time picking that guy's brain or just watching and observing how he does things.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Darryl Worley. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. I'm not sure exactly what they had planned for play number 1 from scrimmage, but I can guarantee it wasn't that interception.
No doubt about that one, because in their daydream, this was going to be a dream play to get things started. Instead, it turned into a nightmare for them.
And he's in for the score, and his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal. Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field.
Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game. It leads to 6 points the other way. How do you rebound from here?
Yeah, a little bit of humor. Got to laugh that one off, and not the ha-ha, that was very funny, but kind of like, can you believe that just happened? Let's go out and play now. Let's just start over.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. We get a look at what Ertz did receiving-wise last week. 7 catches, 85 yards.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is number 1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Aguilar has it. 30. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Nelson Aguilar. His 4th touchdown on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. So with the Steeler offense on their way out, let's take a look at the playoff picture of the AFC. And right now, a lot to like on that screen. They've wrapped up the division, now currently sitting in the coveted number 2 spot. Of course, you'd love number 1, but if you can't have one, number 2 is pretty good.
I agree with you totally, and here's the other part, too. The really good teams, the really confident teams, they're not as worried about being number 1. 2 is fine because they feel like they can go on the road and win against number 1 if they absolutely have to. The big thing, though, is clinching one of those early buys and able to sit and get a little rest as the playoffs begin.
Now back to throw. He'll find his man on the comeback route. Complete.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. Late in the season now, MVP chatter starts, and he might be on the fringe. This is always an award that goes quarterback, running back, usually quarterback. A lot of bias. Does he deserve consideration?
He more than deserves consideration because the way the game is played in the NFL now, it's a pass-first league, right? So that means that people are going to adjust their defenses for him each and every week, and he's still putting up big-time numbers. I know the quarterbacks, the running backs get it, but he should be firmly in the race for MVP.
A first down run by Barkley unsuccessful as he won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. 2nd and 11. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 14.
Down. 8, read. Ready.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And it's caught. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Steelers have taken the lead. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now Hunt. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So a good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either way.
Not the time, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
A pass there over the middle to start things out. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Pilot, 64, weak. Let's fire.
This is Barkley. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 21-10 game. So that drive, 4 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
Hey, here we go, here we go. 180. Check. Hey, Hunt.
They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And Hunt is not going to get there. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Here we go.
They had a great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Garoppolo now. Caught by the tight end, Ertz.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carl Lawson able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He completes it to Bryant. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards. Now, that's a catch of some significance. It's number 631 of his career, and why that's significant, it ties him with Hall of Famer Raymond Berry.
He was one of the most precise route runners at any position during his time in his career. So I think that we're seeing something very similar here. He may not have known Raymond Berry, but he goes about his business.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Bryant tacks on the extra point, and this is now a one-point game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a very good return, but a penalty marker is down. I'm not sure what this is going to be.
Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. He'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. Taking it right down Broadway. And into the end zone. Touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted, and Remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case here, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. And now here come the Raiders. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
They'll start with Hunt on the ground, and he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch. But you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Only a yard on the pickup, and now they've got a 3rd down and 8.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
The one with the dime look that time on defense just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Latavius Murray getting set to go again. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Pretty nice play here. They go read option, read the defensive end, and when he claps down inside, how about the quarterback pulling it, keeping it, and not only getting to the 2nd level, but picking up some really nice yardage.
Very, very well read. Back to throw here. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler 1st.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Kyle Juszczyk, the fullback, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
They'll
try and run for it with Barkley. And he is into the end zone and the touchdown record is now all his. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Kareem Hunt and the rest of the offense making their way back out there. He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very little success. I don't want to put it all on his shoulders, but that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
They can't stop us, baby. Every time.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. From the gun on third, Garoppolo. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make this a second down. Garoppolo hustling him back to the line now. That one is caught by Hunt. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this.
Here we go. 180. Watch it, watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Garoppolo looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Oakland. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Wide open receiver complete. 20, 10, and he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A big play there with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the second most in a single year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Now Garoppolo. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Here's Jordan Berry now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He'll take it at the 42. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. On the NFL scoreboard, an update from up in Seattle. And early on, the driver's seat belongs to the Seahawks. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Let's go. 6-6. Pull it high. Check 31. Go.
2nd and 5. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. Online, but off the crossbar, no good. The long-range effort did not. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the 3rd quarter. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And it's right about this time of year you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
And I think for most teams, the obvious is to try and be the number 1 or number 2 seed. But when you look at it across the league and throughout the history of trying to get to the Super Bowl, the teams you really fear are the ones that get hot and sometimes sneak in at a 5 or a 6 seed, because we've seen those teams actually get to the Super Bowl and occasionally win it.
Yeah, you think of the Giants a couple of times. Steelers have done it. You're right. It has happened and will happen more in the future, I'm sure. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
On 3rd down, it's Boyd. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
2 times. Hey, Charlie.
They'll keep it on the ground. Boyd, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they show to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle. But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. A throw over the middle taken in. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 29-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On the ready. 50, Mike, 50. Check back, check back. Now.
They'll set up a throw. Bryant has it. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Des Bryant, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well. One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
He'll return it from the 6. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. The last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this was just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
And that's caught inside the 35. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 78 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year, as his guys continue to pour it on. The point after is good, and the lead will swell by 1 more. The quick strike ability certainly intact there. 2 plays, 80 yards to score it. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
On the tackle, Tyrann Mathieu.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Garoppolo, he's going to look. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43, and they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 42. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And he'll wind up taking this all the way down to the Raiders' 23-yard line.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss. But with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll drop the throw. That is caught inside the 5. And between the last 2 plays, they've moved it over half the length of the football field. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage out.
And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Taking it in from 4 yards out as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there halftime, actually.
You think you might have...
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Back now in the East Bay. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now on 2nd and 16. Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Kirk. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off. NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. 2nd down and inches. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. They'll look to throw here.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A give to Barkley out of the gun. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And he will find his man on the outside. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Let's go. 60
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And sleep grip.
Now back to throw. Gets this one to Juszczyk. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
Set. 18 Gator. I'm coming. Now.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. James O'Shaughnessy, his 4th touchdown on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. On 1st down, Garoppolo caught by the tight end Ertz. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. On play action, now Garoppolo. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at it.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. He'll look to throw. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
This will be fielded at the 8. Then he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
No, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from their first one and blew out the Seahawks.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. They'll set up to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left. Then his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 19. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. To To throw again on second down. Garoppolo. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. And it's third down. An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. After the sack on first down, Garoppolo. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Raiders pick it up. And he will take this down to the 10-yard line.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Well, we had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play. And maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd and goal. Garoppolo now on 3rd and goal. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Maybe one final chance here to make this a bit more respectable as he'll go for it on 4th and goal.
Check 3, check 3, check 3.
One final try now for Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the